I forgot my headphones. I forgot my headphones. Ooh, do I need them? I forgot my headphones. Yes. Is that better? We're gonna wait for more people, and then we will get started. Hello. Honestly, I am tired. For the last 2 days, I've been exhausted. I don't even know why. I think it's just because I'm finally kind of adjusting to the new place, and it's been really hectic and busy. So that's my assumption. I also started my period this morning, so that could have been part of it. But yesterday I had a nap. I had a fat nap, and I never nap. A big deal. How is everybody else? I love the new place. The new place is a house, so that's already a bonus. The old place was a condo, and it sucked. New place has 3 outdoor spaces. Love me some outdoor stuff. All right. Yeah, that's the key. Living in my own space is just what I needed. I had a roommate for the last little while, and not that I had any qualms against them, but it's just been a lot, Taking a shower while I listened. I love that. That's awesome. Thank you. All right, y'all. Good morning. I love your shirt. Thank you. I love this shirt too. I couldn't find it for a few months, and then my sister dropped off my last round of stuff because moving is it's always a nightmare, right? It is what it is. Thank you for the subscription. So when my sister drops off my dresser, and it was mostly furniture pieces on the second day because we couldn't fit everything on the U-Haul and the truck bed the first day. So she drops off my dresser and stuff, and she's like, "Hey, dude, I found a bunch of shit." And I was like, "What?" And she's like, "I found 4 shirts, a bra, and a bunch of other random stuff." And I was like, I wonder if it's what I've been looking for. So she hands me all the clothes, and I was like, oh my God, I've been looking for these 2 shirts for 6 months. I forgot 3 of the bras existed. I was like, God bless you. She was like, yeah, they were inside the drawers of your dresser. I was like, that's so weird because I took the drawer off a couple months ago because that's where I thought they might be and nothing came out. And then my brother-in-law was like, well, they were pretty lodged in there. And I was like, whatever, so long as we got here eventually. All right. We're going to do a collective weekly reading. I feel like I haven't done this in forever. It feels like we haven't, been together. It's only been a week, but it feels like it's been a month. Also, I have a delivery coming today from Purolator because they were supposed to deliver it yesterday, and I was here all day. And do you think they rang my doorbell? No. So I missed the package, and then I had to call them and be like, hey, I was home literally all day. Anyway, it's apparently coming today, so I'm keeping one little earphone off so that I can hear if the doorbell rings. And And if it does, your girl's booking it down her stairs, okay? I love y'all, but I need a vacuum, and I can't wait any longer. We did come together for that TikTok reading. That was nice to give on your break. They wouldn't leave me alone about it, you know? So here we are. Anywhoozle. Before we get into the reading itself, I want to remind y'all, if you would like to subscribe, you can do so through your Amazon Prime account if you are an Amazon Prime member. This actually gives you all the perks to the Twitch subscriptions without the premium dollar, if you will. Purelator is awful. Every time I order a package and I see Purelator's delivering it, I'm like, for fuck's sakes, I'm not going to get my shit. All right. Let's pick a deck. Interesting. It's a toss-up. Do we want this one? Or do we want this one? And no, we're not going to do both. Pick a deck, y'all. Majority rules. First. Two first. Give me one more. Pink. Okay. Pink is the winner. Pink is the winner, chicken dinner. Everybody's saying pink. Everybody's like, well, why are you even asking, Avery? I also don't love my setup for this yet. But, like, if I put you where I want to put you, stuff that I want to keep private from the internet is exposed. So I think I need to get a room divider. And I think I need, like, better lights. So I'm just going to say this right now. I don't have great lighting. Okay. Just keep that in mind. Don't be mad at me. I just moved and have no extra money. Okay? Honestly, I think our room divider would look cute anyway, because it would keep my workspace private from, like, my like, living space, if that makes sense. Hype train incoming. I don't know what that means, but I like the little banner. Aw, thank you for the subscription. So again, if you have a Prime membership, you can sub through that. If you don't, that's okay too. But the more subscribers we get, the more streams I'm capable of doing. Because the goal is to buy a PC. Okay? Because right now, we just don't have the fundamentals for that. Alright, so this is what we're going with. Majority ruled. The pink deck. So, a lot of y'all probably already know this, but this particular deck to me is an omen of creativity and feminine energy. This tells me that a lot of y'all are probably embracing your creative spark. You're stepping into your feminine. You're being who you want to be. Oh, that is true. If you do subscribe through Prime, you do have to go back and resub every month. Just a little heads up. All right. Let's see. I also have like a weird pain in my stomach and it's kind of freaking me out. So, we have the Hermit. Hello, can you hear me? I told you my lighting is trash, y'all. Then we have the Nine of Wands. I love the art in this deck so much. Let's get one more to tie it all together. Why am I thinking of SpongeBob SquarePants right now? Somebody tell me why that's popping into my head. I don't know. And then we have the Emperor. Some of you need to unpack. Some of you need to unpack something surrounding a father wound. Some of you need to dig a little bit deeper into some sort of childhood trauma. Perhaps that's why I'm tapping into like SpongeBob SquarePants energy. Because SpongeBob would be childhood, right? On the bottom of the deck, we do have this Eight of Wands. Super beautiful. So I feel like something is shifting. I just heard a change in the wind. It's also an interesting aspect to me. Like, I'm picking up really strongly that some of you need to do some sort of shadow work surrounding a father wound. And if you look at this card's imagery, it's depicted as like an older man. I am hearing Odin energy for some of you, so there could be some sort of correlation to Odin. He is a god in Viking, I believe, lore. I don't know. Excuse me. There's something about, like, for some of you, this could be a grandfather. Excuse me again. We set a new record, y'all, on my Twitch. That's amazing. So if your grandfather's passed away, specifically on your dad's side especially, so like if your father's father is no longer with us, I do sense that he is like trying to guide you towards some sort of a light. I'm hearing some sort of healing. Some sort of life lesson is what they just said as well. There's something very symbolic about like the fire that he's holding in his hands and how this is like an older gentleman. It's like a grandfather figure is trying to guide you back to the light for some of you. I've also never noticed this, and it's going to be really hard to tell with the lighting in the camera, but there's like wax melt on his hand. Can y'all see that? Something, this is a little spicy, but something about skin safe wax. If you know, you know. Others of you, if you've done a cleansing recently, or if you've been thinking about it, or you're gonna do one, there could be something correlating towards, like, potentially getting wax on you when you do it. I don't know. I'm also hearing, it's a TikTok audio, but I'm sure it's from something because they all come from somewhere. I'm hearing when you know, you know. When you know, you know. You know that thing? A lot of people put it on their relationships, their audio. Maybe some of you are working through like what a divine masculine looks like for you. What an emperor truly is. Perhaps you're healing some sort of wound surrounding men. Just give me 1 second. Is it Lana Del Rey? I have no idea. I'm not, don't come for me. I'm not a huge fan. Something about her aura kind of makes me go, there's also something about like a night sky with like a full moon. This imagery. So, in a traditional sense, like the Nine of Wands is all about a test of your faith. It's all about like going inward. I just knocked that over. Like the Nine of Wands is all about a test of your faith. It's about recognizing your resilience and recognizing where there's a need for maybe firmer boundaries. So perhaps some of you are currently in this position where you're unpacking some trauma or some aspects of your shadow tied to masculine relationships. There's literally a mourning dove just perched on this like machine across from my house. Mourning doves are usually a symbol of something you need to release. So I think that's confirmation. Perhaps some of you are currently grieving a loss. Something about a spark being reignited within. So if you've been feeling a little bit down in the dumps lately, this could be your confirmation that things are going to shift. I think it's really intriguing too that like we have this Nine of Wands in the center of the spread with the Hermit and the Emperor on the other opposite sides of it. So like the Hermit energy is about introspection. It's about searching your soul for the answers. It's about going inward, right? And then this Emperor energy is all about structure and stability and masculinity and power and authority. And then the Nine of Wands being in the smack in the center, that's about boundaries. That's about a test of your faith. It's about recognizing your courage and sometimes experiencing a little bit of turbulence while you're doing so, but allowing space for recovery and a recognition of your own strength and recognition of your own courage. It leads you towards success. So I kind of feel like for some of you, you've been doing some sort of inner work surrounding a father wound and aspects of your own masculine side. Excuse me, confirmation, because remember we all have masculine and feminine energies within us, right? So it's like this collective has been digging a little bit deeper into their own masculine shadow, their own masculine side. There could be something about like recognizing where you need firmer boundaries when it comes to men, especially for some of you. This could be one man in particular, or this could be just men that you involve yourself with as a whole. Take it however it resonates, but there's a need for this collective to dig a little bit deeper into where you're lacking boundaries when it comes to masculinity. Perhaps this is about your shadow. Perhaps this is about like where there's a need for you to put more boundaries in place surrounding your finances, surrounding your safety, surrounding your scheduling. Like, think about what the masculine energy embodies and recognize where there's a lack of boundaries within that. It's almost like you need firmer boundaries within yourself, is what they just said. I do feel something about the moon is going to be very important for this collective moving forward. And I'm not even just sensing like the full moon. I feel like this is also just like the moon in general. The moon's energy is amplifying this. I also think it's interesting that this is like a darker color, right? It's like blues, navies, darks, grays, etc. So is this one. And then, wha-bam! We have this like bright, pinky, orange, colorful ass energy. There's another colorful ass energy. This is definitely about you guys, okay? Like, I feel like this is about you needing boundaries and needing to reflect upon... I don't know why I'm hearing your maternal instincts. For some of you, that is going to resonate. For others of you, I feel like this is about kind of reflecting on how you let men take your power, to be quite frank, all right? Like, I feel like there's an element of this collective's energy, especially with that Queen of Wands being on top of both the Hermit and the Nine of Wands. It's like, this collective, you are powerful. You hold sacred goddess energy within you, okay? Which I firmly believe every woman does. Your womb is a creator, okay? You can create life. And I feel like a lot of this collective forgets that they're the prize. And you give that power to these men that don't ultimately deserve even a second of access to you. And I feel like whatever lesson you're currently learning right now surrounding this introspection, because for some of you, there is grief involved. There's some sort of heartache here. Because remember, I said the Nine of Wands is like a test of your faith. So there's something that has unfolded that's caused you to kind of reflect upon where you allow men to take your spark, where you allow them to take your light. What part of you loses yourself in relationship? You lose yourself in relationship because you put them on a pedestal. Exactly. That's the exact energy that we're picking up. And I feel like it's just masculine energy, my love. Take it however it resonates for you, okay? This is about you reflecting on the part of you that gives your light away, that gives away your power, that lets other people take your spark. And a big part of that is like we just touched on, like BPD Princess 85 just said, like, you lose yourself in relationships and put them on a pedestal without actually recognizing that these people that you're putting on pedestals are not really all that. Like, I'm hearing they're not all that in a bag of chips, which is such an old school saying. Because again, like, look at how goddamn powerful this collective is. Even if you're non-binary, even if you just have very powerful feminine energy, there's still a part of you that has the ability to create life. Okay? Remember that can be in many different shapes and sizes. Tarot is not meant to be taken literally. Okay? I like to remind people of that. So while that could be a literal aspect for some of you, for others of you, this is about your creativity. It's about what you put into the world. It's about who you represent as your sense of self. Okay? There's something so bright and powerful about this imagery on the Queen of Wands. Like, I really want you guys to look at it a little bit longer. Because look at that. That's absolutely stunning. All the oranges, all the yellows. It's like a force to be reckoned with, a fire that you have within you that a lot of you don't fully embrace. Honestly, part of the reason some of you give this energy to other people is because you're afraid of it. You're afraid of the power that you embody within yourself. You're afraid of your own gifts. You're afraid of your own abilities. You're afraid of the aspect of you, okay? And that fear of being powerful, of being seen, of being valid, or validated is what I should say, is coming from trauma for a lot of you. Thank you. I thought it wasn't literal. I just went, of course. I don't know why, but this imagery on this card literally always makes me think of the dad in the Sleeping Beauty movies, like her dad specifically. I don't know why. Like the king, I can't remember what his name is, but take that however it resonates. I also think it's interesting that you guys can't quite see how these are laid, but like we have the Queen of Wands and then next to it is this Page of Wands, and the Page of Wands is like facing the Queen. The Queen is straight ahead, right? And the Queen is bigger than the Page of Wands. So this is exactly what I'm bringing up again. Y'all give your power away to people who are, like, I don't want to say less than you because I hate that kind of concept, but it's like you give your power away to people who are quote unquote smaller because you are afraid to be yourself. You're afraid to be your authentic version of you. You're afraid to embrace who you are. And I honestly feel like that comes from past situations where you would be powerful, you would be bright, you would be a lot, quote unquote, and you were told to kind of like dim yourself. But something is shifting in this energy. Something big is shifting. And for some of you, it's because you're starting to attract a masculine energy that actually wants you to thrive in that energy. So someone who truly is an emperor, who's not pretending to be something that they're not, somebody who doesn't think you're too much, someone that loves your vibrancy, someone that loves the brightness that you embody. Like, I don't know why, but they keep showing me this visual of some of you have had relationships with partners where they tell you what to wear, or they tell you how to act in public, and you're either attracting a partner that is not going to do that, or you already have. So a partner that is like, you know, like drooling over whatever outfit you put on, not questioning what you're wearing. If a person tells you what you can and cannot wear, that is someone deeply controlling and misogynistic. Get out of there. Okay, I don't care how much you love them. I don't care how long you've known them. If someone tells you what you can and can't put on your physical body, not someone you want to, no, okay? No. Some of you, this is about your own masculine shadow, which I think I just saw Katie Beth with a 3. This resonates so much, or so spot on. Been working on balancing both masculine and feminine energies and recognizing old learned subconscious patterns and letting them go. I was just going to say, so like for some of you, this could actually be about like your own masculine and feminine sides. Perhaps you're digging a little bit deeper into your internalized misogyny or into the misogynistic ideals that you stepped into because of patriarchy. Excuse me, confirmation. Take it however it resonates, of course, but there's also something really symbolic about the sun in these cards because it's appearing on 3 of them. Some of you could have Leo energy, so sun, moon, rising, Venus. It doesn't necessarily have to, okay? If that doesn't resonate, it doesn't resonate. But like Leos are all about confidence. They elude confidence. Speaking as a Leo moon, I have a God complex because I know I'm that bitch. And some of you need to kind of step into that energy that Leos can embody. Who gives a shit if other people think you're conceited? Literally, who cares? If you know you're not, that's all that matters. A couple of your exes would joke about being a living Barbie doll. That's so gross, baby. Ugh. People piss me off. How you dress should not be... It shouldn't matter to your partner. Okay? It shouldn't. We have the moon. For a lot of you, this is some, like, deep-seated illusions. I'm also being pulled to the fact that there's like a little kid on this imagery. She's like sitting on a cliff here. So for some of you, this thinking, this mindset, this narrative actually came from childhood. We have the 10 of Pentacles as the bottom of the deck energy for this. I also think it's very intriguing that the moon is going on top of the Queen of Wands with that Page of Wands. It's almost like Spirit saying, like, what's blocking this collective from fully embracing their power, from fully embracing themselves, especially spiritually. I'm going to mention that because the Queen of Wands is a very spiritual energy. Part of what's blocking that is you are not trusting your intuition. You're not trusting yourself. You're allowing your illusions and your trauma from your past to block you from seeing what's real and what's present. Something about your unconscious mind. I also do sense with this imagery, some of you are about to be gifted some sort of like financial something. I don't know. Take it how it resonates. This could be like an increase in money coming your way. Somebody like giving maybe a promotion at your job, maybe a new job offer, somebody tipping you really well, especially if you're a hairstylist, I'm seeing. So if your career is like doing people's hair or even a makeup artist, but I am seeing like hair specifically, someone's about to give you a really good tip. And others of you, that is like a little bit less literal in the money sense, and it's more about like advice. I don't know. Because I just cut the deck too to the 10 of Swords. Crazy. A really big completion of a cycle is happening for this collective, and I feel like it has a lot to do with what we just talked about. It's like you're reflecting upon your internalized misogyny. You're recognizing where you let the patriarchy take your light, or you let other people take your light. You're about to graduate and work full-time in the fall. Ooh, exciting. Congratulations. That's a big step. All right. We're going to move to an oracle now. Do I know what one yet? No. God, I am so pale, y'all. All right, this one. Something about hair wash day. It is definitely that for me. My hair is disgustingly greasy, but there could be something about it for some of y'all as well. So this is interesting. One of the things I feel really called to share, and this is like something personal that I learned in my own journey. My old type was toxic. My current type is opposite of what I normally would have even looked at. So like the old version of me wouldn't have even looked twice at people at the person that I'm involved with. I'm going to be real, and they know that. But I gave it a chance because it felt aligned. So I feel like some of you, there's something that you need to reflect on surrounding how you might reject certain people because of, I don't know, how they look or superficial ideals or misogynistic stuff. I don't know, take it however it resonates for you. But one of the things that Spirit's saying is like there could be, and I say this with the utmost love, there could be an aspect of how some of you are being a little bit too picky, especially surrounding like vain aspects. So I don't think it's bad to be picky or particular about what you want in a romantic relationship when it comes to the qualities that these people embody, when it comes to like the values they have. But when it comes to what they look like, if you're nitpicking that, first of all, you're Chandler Bing. Secondly, it can actually block you from beautiful relationships because you're creating more emphasis in like the vanity aspect than what's important. And I feel like a lot of you have dealt with a lot of superficially attractive types of relationships that led you down, I don't know, darker paths is the right word, but you know what I'm trying to say. Like, there's an aspect... Bless me, confirmation. There's an aspect of this collective that has a tendency to be a little bit shallow. Okay, I love you. But that shallow mindset is actually blocking you from beautiful connections. Because this card says one date. Give it at least one date. Give it at least one chance. It takes time to get to know someone. It takes time to really grow and attract yourself. If you have attraction to someone in the very beginning, it's probably not gonna be great because passion fizzles out. Okay? Consistency is key, and attraction can be built. You can grow into that over time. Now, I'm not saying don't listen to your intuition. It's very evidently clear when one is your intuition and when one is coming from your ego. It takes time to learn the difference. You're picky when it comes to narcs, vain, ego people. See, that's okay. That's a picky that you should be. That is a picky that you should be recognizing. That is a picky that's important. That ties into like their values and who they are as a person. I'm talking about what they look like superficially what they look like. Their physical demeanor, okay? That's what is vanity. That's what's ego-based. That's what's superficial. And yeah, I think it is rooted in misogyny, but that's just my opinion. Spirit wants you to remember that like good, healthy relationships take time to grow. They take time to build. It takes time to get to know one. Take a chance. Switch up your type a little bit. Stop going for the same old. 111 on the time for the stream too when I just said that. Some of you definitely, and I burped, confirmation. Some of you definitely need to switch up your type. So like, excuse me, confirmation. My old type, tall, emotionally unavailable, covered in tattoos, and has a beard. Almost all of that would always lead to painful energy for me. Now, that's the opposite of what I date. That's the opposite of who I'm with. And that's why it works, in my opinion. So I feel like some of you might need to switch up your type a little bit. So if you were like me, maybe you always like the tall, dark, and mysterious. And you are now recognizing that every time you go that route, you are met with emotional immaturity, emotional neglect, unavailable energy. Perhaps you need to kind of come to terms with why you attract that and why you are attracted to that, because that's something that I had to do within myself. I had to go, why am I drawn to people like this? And the hard truth there, I'm drawn to people like that because I was like that. But that's a topic for another time, y'all. And I'm not saying don't trust your intuition. Once again, when your intuition is screaming someone is narcissistic, they're vain, they're egotistical, they're not good people, etc., trust that. This is about recognizing when you're allowing your trauma to dictate your reality. Okay, it's about recognizing where this says stabbed in the back, but it being in the reverse, I really feel like this has a lot to do with heartbreak. It has a lot to do with like a fear of being hurt, a fear of being seen as who you are in a negative light, a fear of, deception, a fear of being stabbed in the back. And I feel like a lot of you project that trauma onto genuine people. And you project that because it's all you've ever known, first of all. But secondly, it's because you haven't healed the part of you that needs to be healed surrounding it. People hate that hard truth. 100%. There was like 30 some odd people in this stream. And then when I started saying all that, we dropped down to 24. But it's like, like if you don't, I don't know, something about Chinese food. Yeah, this is what I mean. Like, some of y'all need to get better at understanding when someone's wearing a mask and when you're projecting that. I don't know. There's something really symbolic here about, like, how this collective is currently doing a lot of work surrounding their ego. Bless me, confirmation. Oh, my God. I'm going to tell you right now, the more work you do surrounding this, the easier it becomes to recognize it. So you will get to a point where you become so rooted in your intuition and yourself that you no longer question, is this person manipulative? Are they trying to betray me? Are they wearing a false mask? Is this gaslighting? None of that. Because you'll see it like that. You're able to clock it. But in order for you to get to that point within yourself, you have to come to terms with the truth about why you were drawn to those types of people in the first place. And again, this is the hard truth. This is the hard pill to swallow. You are drawn to those types of people because they're a reflection of you. I know. They just showed me like a mirror in my mind's eye. So like some of you definitely need to look in the mirror and kind of acknowledge, where am I the bad guy? Nobody likes to do that, okay? Nobody likes to do that. But the ultimate reality is when you start taking accountability for your own darkness, when you start facing your own shadow, that's when things truly shift for you, because that's when real healing happens. I am walking proof of that. It sucks. I hated every goddamn second of it, but it was worth it. I know, babes. I'm sorry. Yeah. A lot of you, I love you so much, okay? Please don't be mad at me. I'm just the messenger. But a lot of you are very guarded, okay? You keep your heart surrounded by ice. It's what they just showed me. You keep your heart surrounded by brick walls. You keep it locked up in a chamber, whatever, okay? But you have some severe trust issues from past relationships that are actually blocking you from beautiful connections. Because you're not giving them a chance. You're not giving them the old college try, because you're projecting your past onto your present. And Spirit's saying these lingering trust issues, these fear of repeated patterns or whatever, is actually blocking you from bringing in authentic love in all forms. Not even just romantically, but platonically and colleagues and most importantly, yourself. Spirit's reminding you that love cannot get through a wall where past hurt is blocking it. It's time for you to find it in your heart to forgive and let go. I'm a male presenting by gender, and my problem is daydreaming up what people aren't. Relatable, baby. I used to be so bad for that. Oh my God. I would fall in love with the potential of who I saw them to be, even if repeatedly their red flags showed me that wasn't who they were. You will get there. I keep thinking of that TikTok video I posted a little while ago. I think it was last week when I was on vacation, about an epiphany that I had recently had. I'm going to find it. An epiphany that I had recently had surrounding heartbreak and surrounding how so many goddamn people, myself included at certain points, are so afraid of falling into codependent relationships or rebuilding trauma bonds or getting our heart broken, that we actually project all of that onto connections and never get very deep with our relationships. So because we're so afraid of history repeating itself, we stay in surface level relationships because it's easier than investing too much of ourselves and potentially getting hurt. And I feel like this collective needs to go watch this video. I just found it. It's this one here. Okay. I'm going to pin it to my profile. It's from the May 4th. So may the 4th be with you. Sorry, I'm not a Star Wars girl, but that means I have to take one of my pinned ones down. I don't know what to do. I guess this one's super duper old. But I don't know what to do. I wish TikTok would let me pin more than one fucking post. Okay, sorry, more than 3 posts. I guess I have to take down my favorite video, because this is not really spiritually helpful. It's just me hard launching my man. Okay. It's on my profile. I pinned it if you haven't seen it. That is me to a T, and I commented on that TikTok post too. I felt so called out on that, and I'm trying so... You'll get there, my love. It takes time. I'm going to tell you right now, babe, if you are attracting emotionally unavailable people, you were probably closed off in some capacity. I feel like it's interesting because we have this I don't know, some of you have a potential connection that either wants to come in for you or that has already started to manifest, but your lingering trust issues are blocking it. Some of y'all are about to get to know someone on a really deep level. Something very meaningful. You're gonna feel giddy. You and this person have a lot in common. But I feel like it can't manifest until this, past trauma is released. Honestly, a lot of you, this mask energy is your shadow. You're wearing your throat chakra. You have your own mask up, okay? And, you're not showing your truth. You're not expressing your feelings. You're not, being your authentic self, if you will. Honestly, some of you are gaslighting yourself. I see that with love, okay? It's easier when you do call me out like that, and I think it's awesome. I love that. I appreciate y'all. I'm not attracting anyone right now. That in itself could be the same thing. I'm just saying. If you're not attracting anyone or you're attracting emotionally unavailable people, don't you think that's because you're guarded? I love you. Some of you are being guided towards more structure, okay? Part of the reason, like part of the way that you're going to be able to remove this mask or this blindfold, if you will, towards your own shadow could have to do with like needing to be a little bit more routine based first and foremost. Routines that support your goals. So like example, let's say your goal is to, I don't know, have a big savings account. Then you need to create a routine that helps you to put money towards that. Whether that means like you're working at like a little bit of an extra job, or, you know, you have a side hustle, or you're allotting certain time during the day to do your budgeting. I don't know. Take it however it aligns for you. But in my personal opinion, as somebody who says, oh my God, throat chakra all of a sudden, as someone who has suffered from clinical depression her entire life, the one thing that actually helped me truly shift out of that, because I'm not going to say that I'm fully healed from it because it still exists within me somewhere. Have I had triggers or flare-ups surrounding it in the last like 10 years? No, not 10, quite 2021, 2022. No, I haven't. So that's like what, 6 years? Routines, structure, stability. Those things are so fucking important if you suffer from any type of mental health issue. So whether it's depression or ADHD or autism or BPD or anything like that, having a routine is going to severely help you when it comes to your mental health. And I actually learned that in psychology classes when I was in university. This is something that I feel like most of us need to integrate, but oftentimes a lot of us are resistant towards that. That resistance is actually blocking you. It's blocking you from shifting into a more grounded position, from attracting what it is that you want, okay? Some of you need to start incorporating gratitude into your daily routine, whatever that looks like, okay? Be clear about what you desire and what you want. My type is the evil queen, I guess. Like, I worship women like her with her humor and her tricks and her darkness. See, you can find people like that aren't shitty. I'm not going to deny that I can be pretty dark like that. So, like, there are women like that exist, my love. Like, it's just a matter of recognizing the women that are like that because that's who they are, and the women that are like that because they're disguising their own pain, which is something that I fear you have to live to understand, if that makes sense. You're in an interesting situation with your relationship and have a year to figure out if this will work or not, but you have been working on yourself. You'll get there. I know routines are better for me, but it's so hard. At a certain point, routines start to feel like unclocked in. So you have to find routines that you enjoy and also shake them up a little bit. So like example, I also have ADHD and routines can feel like that for me. So sometimes instead of the same lunch every day, I might take myself out, or I might go somewhere I've never been before, or I'll take an afternoon. You know what I mean? Like, you just have to mix up your daily routine a little bit every once in a while so that you don't feel like you're stuck in a rut. It's just that simple. And remember that it takes time to heal. It takes time. Everything in life happens in divine timing. I know that sucks, but everything in life is a cycle. You are going to get the progress that you desire. You just have to trust that. So we do have camera, which is all about reminiscing, keepsake perception, learning from your past, something about making new memories. Some of you could be into photography. That could be like an art, a creative escape. It could be like an artsy vibe that you enjoy. Others of you, that could just be about, remember that this doesn't have to be literal, so it could just be about needing to kind of like shake things up in a creative way. Maybe you need to find a new creative outlet. Maybe you need to get a little bit more creative. Take it how it resonates. Bottom of the deck, we have chill girl energy. Sorry, that actually says skater girl energy. He was a skater boy, just a little boy. Anyway, this is about finding balance. Something about an outdoor date. Something about learning to let things slide and being a little bit more adaptable. Don't think, hello, throat chakra, y'all. Oh my God. Some of you need to express your truth to yourself. Don't take things so personally, okay? You don't need to react to every little thing that happens in your day. You don't need to be offended by how a cashier treats you or the tone of someone's voice or whatever, because ultimately you never know what somebody else is going through, right? And 9 times out of 10, it's not usually about you. And then we have Heartbroken. So this is the last card to come out for this deck, and it's going on top of the clock and the camera. So first of all, this is definitely even more confirmation that you need to learn from past mistakes. Secondly, this is a gentle reminder that if you are experiencing current heartbreak, if you're currently going through some sort of loss, you're feeling some sort of grief, you're in a mourning period, if you will, this will pass. I'm hearing this too shall pass. You just have to trust that everything in life has its timing. There's always a cycle for it. Allow things to happen organically and don't force it. All right. We do still have a little bit of time left, and I am being guided towards this one. So we're going to pull from this and see where we're at with timing, and then go from there. You're going to learn how to play it? That's cool. I can play that on Zelda. That's dope, though. All right. If you just had a question, the answer is yes. Something about a firefighter? I don't know. I just saw that in my mind's eye. Distractions are disturbing the flow of energy. Spirit wants you to remember to stay grounded, to eliminate any distractions around you. Arrived just in time for the last deck. Fated. This will be posted on Twitch. It'll be, like, the VOD will be posted, and then I usually also upload them to YouTube, because the VODs are only on my Twitch channel for 7 days, I think, give or take. And then if you want to see more, they're on YouTube as well. Now I have Skater Boy really stuck in my head, y'all. We have a few weeks. I feel like a big shift is coming for this collective within the next few weeks. There is love here. Spirit's reminding you that there's love all around you. There's love within you. There's love surrounding you. We have this situation is safe. Have a little faith. I'm also hearing, what is that song? Give a little bit of my love to you. Mm-hmm. Oh my god, I haven't heard that in forever. It's super tramp. I have been I just remembered, I normally send you guys the links in the chat. I've been kind of slacking on that today, so my apologies. And then we have, you're taking on too much energy. That's unhealthy. Some of you definitely have a pattern of people pleasing where you kind of step into the position of like the caregiver or, you know, the one who has to take care of the family or the house or whatever. I don't know. Take it however it resonates for you. But I feel like part of this is what's been blocking you from shifting into yourself is what they're saying. Okay. The bottom of the deck, we have your spirit and guides are helping manifest your desires. I'm going to send you guys the link to this particular song. Maybe. There's that one. One thing I do really want to bring it back to, especially for my traditional women, oftentimes we are taught at a very young age that it's our job to care for the people around us. We are taught that it is our responsibility to be like the caregiver or the nurturer, which isn't true, okay? Just like it's not true that men have to be the breadwinner and the provider. Like, those roles can be they're not mutually exclusive. You know what I'm saying? Like, they can be shared. They can be both. And like, ultimately, giving that caregiver that nurturing energy is a beautiful thing if someone deserves it. But if they're taking advantage of that, if they're taking that from you and not giving you anything in return, it's ultimately a moot point because it's just draining your own energy. And honestly, in my lived experience, both men, women, non-binary, just humans will do that. They will take advantage of that part of you if you have that characteristic, which can cause you to fall into codependent dynamics with people that are kind of using you for the wrong reasons. Whether they're doing it consciously or subconsciously, it's still happening. But That was today's read. We still have 10 minutes left. Do we have any questions? Where did it go? How do I have better boundaries with myself towards men? I cannot answer that for you, babe. That is something you have to figure out within yourself. So you need to look at your own patterns, potentially like where do you let men take your power? Where do you overgive to men? Where do you give that nurturing energy when it's not reciprocated? Start reflecting on that, and then you'll be able to figure out what the boundaries need to look like for you. You got invited to a breakaway festival, so you're finally getting out and doing good. Have fun. I have no idea what a breakaway festival is, but I hope you enjoy it. When you do collective readings on here, do you mean only the people in the stream or just anyone that picks up? Literally anyone. There's no limit. The limit does not exist. I'm just kidding. Collective energy is collective energy. So like whether you're watching it live or you're watching it on YouTube 6 months from now. If it resonates, it resonates, okay? It's no different than, like, my readings are always timeless. Whether that's on Twitch, whether it's on TikTok, whether it's Instagram or YouTube or Patreon. If it resonates and it's 2 years old, it's supposed to. When you said spirits wouldn't leave you alone about the TikTok reading, how long were they buzzing around you to give that? I think I started channeling that on, like, moving day. So I moved into my new place on, like, the 2nd. Yeah, so what however many days that was from moving. I had no time, obviously, on moving day. I was like, y'all need to chill. And then I had no time on the 3rd either, because moving day ended up taking 2 days for me. Wasn't expected, but it happens. And then I have no idea when I actually posted it, but it was like days. Makes sense. Good, I'm glad. It's a big deal for me. You pulled 2 cards on it and got Temperance in the Tower. So I guess that's a good thing. You gotta trust yourself, my love. Remember that the cards are meant to be used as a tool. So, like, ultimately, one of the things that I really want to share with everyone here is making decisions should be something that you do yourself instead of asking tarot or a pendulum, because that in itself can become codependent. Decisions like that need to be made within you. You can clarify it in the future with cards and stuff, but you have to break that cycle first. It's an EDM music, which isn't my choice, but it's creating movement. It's a step in the right direction, babe. So if something says on Purelator, redelivery has been arranged, but it doesn't say it's on the vehicle for delivery. However, the thingy says in transit, and now the estimated delivery date is not available. Would you think I need to go pick this up? I'm gonna be pissed if I have to go pick it up. I need a vacuum! Have you ever made your own tarot deck? I haven't. I've thought about it, though. But I don't know. Like, I feel like I'm just, you know? I did yesterday. I did call them. I want to make a tarot deck, but, like, I have ADHD, okay? So, like, big tasks stress me out. So the thought of having to do something like that actually kind of overwhelms my nervous system in a way that makes me want to die. And, like, also, creating a tarot deck also means I have to create art with it, which is, like, cool. I could probably use a lot of the paintings I already have that are mine, obviously. But I don't have, like, 72, you know? I can only do one thing a day for this. Literally. Like, I just can... It's a lot. I have, like... It's interesting you ask because I have a written depiction of, like, what I think the Fool is. If I were to, like, create my own tarot deck, this would be, like, the written part of it. But I've always kind of wanted to, like, work with another creator to, like, have them create the illustration for the art and then do the written part. Because I feel like I'd be better at the written part. Exactly. I've always wanted to collaborate with someone. But the downside, I have trust issues. I'm working through them. But a lot of people in the spiritual community, I just don't trust. And that's probably just because I haven't met the right people yet. But, like, this is also partly why I don't watch a lot of tarot content. On TikTok especially. You've been struggling to connect to any of your own decks and you're thinking you might need to make your own. That's possible. You had this happen to you today. My hat should be here right now, but they moved shipping dates. Like, it's literally so annoying. I just want my goddamn vacuum. I spilled a bunch of dirt yesterday and I was like, oh good, my vacuum's coming today. And then I would be better at the art part. So yeah, I honestly probably would be okay at the art part depending on, like, I just haven't been very creative lately. I also only watch YouTube readers, and I think it's only, like, one person. I used to watch, like, 3 people, but lately I've only gravitated to the one girl. And I don't even really watch them that often. I don't know. I've been pretty disconnected from my spiritual side for the last couple of months. Don't ask me why. I think we all go through phases. I'm sure I'll reconnect to that, but... I'm gonna have to call Pure later, and that makes me angry. Angry is the wrong word. It makes me irritated. You've noticed a shift in my energy in a good way or a bad way? See, I don't find that with the YouTube readers that I watch, but that's also why I'm particular. I think because I do this for a living, I don't really look at it that way because, like, they're just trying to get their bag. They're probably just trying to pay their rent. They're trying to pay their car payment, you know? Like, perhaps it's just because I see it that way, because I also do this for a living, that, like, I don't really see it as them being fake. I can see someone's inauthenticity when I'm watching their content. So, like, TikTok's real bad for that. Not bad, maybe just exhausted like me. I have been exhausted. Life has been crazy. Being on this planet is very hard. And also the economy sucks. But we're all getting through it. We're all getting through it. Well, y'all, that's pretty much our time. It has been crazy. That's for shit sure. And unfortunately, I think it's only going to get crazier. You've only gotten called back about one job and didn't even interview because they wanted me at a location I didn't apply for. Weird. Well, everyone, that is today's stream. I'm going to hop off. We will be back on Thursday for another collective reading at the same time. I love y'all. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you on Thursday. And if you're subscribed to Patreon, I will technically see you kind of sort of tomorrow. Bye.